Hello. I am here with a little fun stuff this time. I have a trip report. Of course, I did mushrooms. So I have other trip reports on my YouTube profile. I had DMT, and then I have a 7-gram psilocybin mushroom, which was previously the hardest trip that I've had up until this point. So this is all going to be a little weird and new to me. And I think I have an explanation of what is going on, and I'm going to try to squeeze that in at the end of my report. So I got a hold of some mushrooms. I only got an eighth. I got an eighth this time. I don't know what kind they were, but I heard they were good. So I took about half of it. So I ingested about 8 o'clock, and about 9 o'clock they started kicking in. And it was amazing. So for the first time I've eaten mushrooms, and it's done different things to me. The last psychedelic that I have done has been DMT. I broke through on DMT. Oh, let me get that right. I actually did mushrooms after I broke through on DMT, and I really I was able to see the parallels between the two. They were very close to each other, actually. And you come to find out that psilocybin is actually chemically, its chemical structure is closely related to dimethyltryptamine. And it makes sense to me. Really, it's starting to make more sense to me. But I broke through on DMT. That changed my life. I basically died psychedelically in a naked, crazy, blissful love. I went to heaven. I was in like clouds. And I was in like water. It was just bliss. It's the only way to describe it, is bliss. I was only there for like 10 seconds, and then I went unconscious. Okay. So I did mushrooms again after that. A little while after that, I had a festival, and I was like, wow, this is very DMT. I'm feeling very DMT. Like I'm feeling a little naked. I'm feeling like really clear love. So fast forward now to about a year later. About a year later from all that, and I've really been working on myself. Since the DMT trip, it's shown me what love is and how I can act in a way to take me closer to this place of consciousness, really, that I discovered through dimethyltryptamine. It was what I've read about. It's the Zen. It's the highest state of consciousness. It's like being on the ultimate drug, and it is the ultimate drug. I've done ecstasy, I've done cocaine, I've done all these drugs that are supposed to be good, Like I consume cannabis now. And this state of being, the state of love that we're capable of, is like water. And when I did mushrooms this time, I was there for 90% of the trip. For 90% of the trip, I was in like the DMT, most relaxed. I felt incredible, dude. I felt like I was in the clouds. Things I can't even describe. It was pure ecstasy. Now, I've done ecstasy, and this ecstasy that I have experienced through these mushrooms and through DMT is unlike anything that I thought has existed. And it's the most familiar thing as well. It is the most familiar, relaxing, connecting kind of. I'm just connecting like I'm digging through my humanity. I don't know. But so for the first hour, I'm kind of getting off track because it's really flows together at what I'm going to try to finish it up with. The mushrooms started kicking in. Things were amazing. I was in a blissful, elevated consciousness. I felt more myself. I felt confident. I felt blissful. I just felt bliss. It's the only way to describe it. Like I'm in heaven. Literally, just pure relaxation, pure happiness, pure love. The way I describe it is being in the clouds, weightless, and in water, and in the purest happiness, that in comfort. So it's comfort, it's love, it's happiness, it's blue clouds, it's water. And then so I thought it was amazing. I wanted to eat the rest of my trip because it was that amazing. So I kind of just walked around in this daze, and I had the mushrooms in my hand, and I was just really wanting to eat more. But then they started kicking in even more. And even more. So I decided to go to my room and meditate. And there I had experienced the most insane. I was jumbled up and squished around by love. Like, the way I can describe it is it was taking a brush and cleaning all it was cleaning me out, like even more. Like, I'm going to this place even naturally. What I'm coming to find out is these are tools that will lead you to be in this place naturally, this highest place of consciousness, Samadhi. Because when I was there in the mushrooms, I didn't feel too much farther from where I am naturally right now. I am becoming into this place of comfort, of love, of bliss. That's what you call it, Samadhi, I guess. It's a reconnection, and there was some tough points in there. There were some really, really tough times where it was coming in waves. So I'd have a wave of, at my peak, which was really my most difficult time, at my waves, I was in the most intense, highest place of consciousness. But then as a wave would come through, it would really grip my mind and my ego. So I have this thing where I get songs stuck in my head, and I don't feel there's a reason why I should meditate, or I enjoy the song, so I sing the song. Whatever goes through my mind, I sing with it, I go with it, I think it's jam. Well, the mushroom told me that I learned very definitively that it's extremely, as you raise into this loving place, you must have a mind discipline. It's incredibly important because it's amplified. So as I had a song come through my mind in my trip, it was playing in a weird way where it was grabbing the language of my mind and just taking me into this vortex where it's repeating itself like blur blur. I can't explain it. I'll try to put it in words, but I'll tell you it was intense, and that it was really difficult lesson to have your mind and your language and your perception kind of just go haywire. Okay, and this affects me, this disconnects me in my real life. So as it's showing an intensified version of what I am, what I'm working towards is to have this clear consciousness, this Samadhi, and these tools are helping me, like mushrooms and DMT and cannabis. And I am working to grow this kind of plant. Like, I've looked into a lot of religions, and really what I go by is what Jesus said, that God is a plant within us all that we can choose to nurture. I have chosen to nurture this plant, and I can tell you it's working. It works, and it's just getting closer, and it's a really awesome, happy place to be. And probably for the last 4 hours, I was in this really blissful, highest state of consciousness after my peak, after it really showed me, hey, you really need to start getting some discipline on the mind. Thank you for listening. That was kind of a combination between my trip report and just some thoughts I've really been trying to want to get out. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you. I hope you got something from it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.